Hello, sports fans around the world. It's the one you've been waiting for, the NRL SuperCoach BDE Podcast. The boys are back, including myself in the host chair. Todd's put on a shift for us last week. Love your work, old son.
Yeah, mate, it was a bit of a grind for me, old son. I won't lie to you about that. Not my usual go-to. Minimal preparation from myself too, which wasn't great, but we got through it. Hopefully, Lister's got some wins on the weekend, and mate, Magic Round this weekend, boys. I am excited.
Yeah, boy, bit of Magic Round love, and we'll have that as a flavour through. And speaking of flavours, we'll put through on the world. Simo, how are you, sir?
G'day, Redford. G'day, listeners. Yes, welcome back to I guess, both of us, I suppose. It was bloody a good slog by you, Toddy, to get that done last week, mate. And, it's rare that two of us are off sick in the same week. So, one of those things that we just have to do. So, yeah, credit to you, mate, for getting through it. Look, Magic Round, let's hope the weather stays away. That's the only thing that could literally put a dampener on it. But, look, Brisbane is just buzzing at this time of year with the footy on. There's a lot happening. Few issues around the train network, which may or may not disrupt a few people from interstate, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's keen to talk some footy. There's a bit happening with the teams as well.
Absolutely, mate. And I've got a couple of messages here. So, Will, our man Will, welcome back, good sir. Was hoping for another Toddy special, weren't we all, mate? I did watch the fella, and tell you what, he brings the sexy to the podcast, doesn't he?
He's a sucker for punishment, William. He's a sucker for punishment.
Our man Saran, g'day gents, welcome back. Good to have you back as well, sir. You're probably hearing my even sexier voice than usual tonight. I'm not still traveling at 100. It's been a rough old week for me, so I'll be muting a little bit on the way through this. But good to have our loyal listeners join. So we're happy to be here. G'day, crew, says Cal. G'day, Sarath. And what do we say, gents?
G'day, Cal.
There it is. Somebody's just pausing and thinking about it. Beautiful. All right. Good to be back in the saddle. Here we go. Round 1 of Magic Round. Friday evening. Boy, what an absolutely important matchup this is for these two teams. My goodness. Real life. They need wins badly. Dogs are almost season cooked at this point if they don't get going. And Sharks, who the bloody hell knows who's going to turn up. So there's a couple of big ins, though. Ronaldo Mulitalo, he's back in. Simo was all over it in our League of Records. It feels early-ish from an ACL. It just it does. ACL injuries typically don't result, in that initial comeback hitting 100%. But Simo, as a winger, if Sharks are on, he will get his tries. Hence why he is a waiver pick today, sir.
Yeah, look, we know he's a bloody good player when he's fit and firing. Ronaldo, I mean, it's a bit weird, like, to sit here and say that, I was on him in our League of Record, because it was only on this podcast only a few weeks ago where I think we fielded a question about Ronaldo, and I was pretty vocal in saying that I didn't think he'd be back for this round, even though he'd come out and said that this was his target, because they do have the bye next week. So I am a bit surprised that he's actually back, but I mean, in saying that, back then we didn't know that the Sharks would be traveling as bad as they are. They really don't have much of an identity at the moment. They've lost a fair few games now that they either should have won or they just should have been least competitive in. So there's a bit of an identity crisis happening there at the old Sharkies. So, Ronaldo, look, he's too good a player to sit there out in free agents. Look, he's a pretty high waiver this week. Obviously, as I said before, doesn't play next week, but rest of season value, he'll grow into his role and probably be a top 25-ish, top 20 CT dub going there.
Yeah, he's not a high floor guy, Todza, is Mulitalo. So for me, he's not. If you had an established 4 CT dubs, for example, I don't think he's someone I'm flying to put a high waiver claim in. But if you are needy, he's your shot, right? It's something different.
Yeah, he's your shot at giving you a chance to win a week. You're just sort of backing the Sharks to come good towards the end of the year. Obviously, doesn't play next week, but definitely should be rostered. I'm happy to spend a mid-tier claim, even if I'm not super thirsty at CT dub, just to see what happens there for Ronaldo. There's a bit quick back. Wouldn't expect him to hit the ground running. Tough this week if it's raining too. I wouldn't be firing him up. You just don't really want to do that. So, but definitely should be owned. Fair play to Simo. I picked him up last week, but yeah, should be owned.
Staying with you here, Todd, Jesse Ramian is back. One good game at the start of the year and then really showed his typical sort of middling performances. Obviously, Talakai had to get out of there because he just can't defend at NRL level, so that's pretty straightforward. So can be dropped safely, not worried about him. But Jesse Ramian, mate, like I guess he's like low-end-ish claim. He's sort of that. Yeah. He's not a good platoon. He's not a big – you can't pick him in matchups.
Yeah, no, he's not a matchup. He hasn't been a matchup play. He's sort of been that guy to sort of every now and then. So, yeah, low-end claim if you're super needy. Like, again, I'm not rushing out to grab a really low-end claim for me. Probably better out there this week, hey?
Yep. Britton Nickera, mate, just a quick check-in. Any interest? It's been a weird season, like 40-odd. Don't know if it's really happening. He didn't look great. He actually his elite hole running did not look there to me.
Yeah, it's a tough one because we've seen the pedigree before with Britton Nickera of seasons gone by where he's averaged 70. So if you are picking him up, it'd be more of a free agent stash and hope that he gets that sort of comes back to being that gun that we want to see. But yeah, like you, mate, I've been a big Nickera fan over the years, but it hasn't looked great this year at all. Like even losing the spot for Billy Burns at one stage. So that's how bad the season's going.
Yeah, it only took Billy Burns missing 11 tackles in a game. Simo, if your internet is all good, sir, I just want to check in a player that we thought might have just about been cooked, possibly spurred on by an origin berth, mate. AFB, hello. We have now seen you play a proper game of football, finally, in a shit team that was playing poorly, mate, men amongst boys.
Oh, about time he pulled his finger out, honestly. Like, that's by far and away the best game he's played all year. And like it's as someone that's been a big AFB fan, I think it's good to see. Like if you're an owner of him, this is the performance you've been waiting to see here, and it's one of those ones that like hopefully he can build on it and keep playing well for the Sharks because like he's got top 5 FRF in his range of outcomes pretty easily AFB if he can stay in this sort of vein of form. But
100%.
I guess consistency is going to be the key with him. Like, it'd be really a real shame if he was to go back next week and sort of go back to what he'd been doing the first 8 or 9 weeks. But, good signs are good for AFB going forward if he's going to keep going like that.
Might have just timed his run to play Origin too. Maybe just because it wasn't looking good for him, but I feel like his name's getting out there. So I'll be very curious to see how that looks. And shout out to Will, traded Noah Martin out for AFB 2 weeks ago. Good timing, mate. That's brilliant. Well done. Very nice. Can you start Jaden Beryl in a pinch?
Fuck, no way.
Can't?
Oh, please. I don't know. I personally wouldn't.
No Cam McInnes?
Yeah, I guess with the bench, like, potentially. Every time I've seen Jaden Beryl, I never really love what he's been doing, so that's just my opinion. Simo, are you any different?
I mean, I think the key word there is at a pinch. I mean, like, you'd have to be really struggling, but like the Starling owner is going to be looking for someone. So I could.
That's a face.
I could see people going there because if he does get 80 minutes, he could be okay. But I'm not super keen on it.
Yeah,
fair play. Dogs have got some players back. So I think Max King, who actually was playing really well before he got injured, Todzer, it's good to see him back for the Dogs because they've got now bit of a 1-2 punch up front, which is been lacking for them, I think. Hughes and Hayes, et cetera, are better from the Pine, I believe. Matty Burton in there, I mean, do you rejoice? Like, is that any better for the Dogs? Hasn't really proven to be so far.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, mate, like, I don't even know what to make of this matchup. I would be just steering clear of most. Like, I really would prefer not to start many of these Dogs. And to be honest, probably not the Sharks either. Just a crappy game, or do the Sharks turn it on? One of the two.
Yeah. Mate, I'm going to be at this one, so really looking forward to it. But this could be like an absolute, like it could be a 70-point game or it could be an absolute crud fest. I think I'll still try and fire up like some of these Dogs, though. There's every chance that they get going. And the first 20 minutes, I was at the game last week, and it's hard to see the game, but the first 20 minutes, I thought the Dogs looked pretty good.
They looked good. Yeah,
they looked really good, and they were punching holes. And I think Max King coming back in would be pretty good. Thought Satilli was okay on the edge. There was a couple of times where he sort of didn't look great, but I'll be fine starting up Satilli in the front row as my FRF2.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too, man. That's a good shout. And shout out to the Leo Thompson truthers. Wouldn't call it base plus power. We can just call it base because there's really no power. But he's doing enough. Our man Meso, Simpkin, Wakeham out or Burrell?
Not even close. Simpkin for me.
Probably Simpkin, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Simpkin.
Probably Simpkin, given the same timeline, because I think we obviously think that Brayley will be on the bench for Origin, right? That's pretty straightforward. He'll be on one of the 6 on the pine, yeah. So
surely
you would think so. It makes sense too with the extended benches. So really, that's not bad. Sharks players then are pretty decent who play Origin, aren't they? Because they only miss, we'll be back for 13. So 1 week special Simpkin over Burrell. Here's an interesting one though. Meso's added Pascoe or Lussick. There's a lot of below average hookers. Yeah. Unless you, even the Brayley owner this week, obviously Grant finally did something, which is good. But Pascoe, we'll talk about it a bit more, Meso, but he's a very interesting one now going forward in that role. So we'll get there with the Titans. Move forward to game number 2, gentlemen. Oh, can I just quickly mention as well, the argument of is Connor Tracy good enough at NRL level? Oh, boy. If Reece Walsh defended like that, gentlemen, you would not hear anything but. If Latrell Mitchell had defended, well, Latrell doesn't defend like that. That is the worst fullback defensive performance I can actually remember. Can anyone else top it? It was awful.
Yeah, he did some bad things. He also doesn't get paid the same as Latrell and Reece Walsh, though. We've got to remember that.
Yeah, but the criticism as a starting player in the NRL, I don't know why he escapes it. It was diabolical. Simo, tell me I'm wrong here. That was awful.
Oh, yeah, look, there was dead set 2 tries to Azarko where he just didn't even tackle him. But, like, the funny thing with Tracy is, like, he'll do that, but then he'll pull off, like, a miraculous try-saver when he's got no right to. It's just like that consistency with him is just not really there. And, like, I think he's a real barometer of where the Bulldogs are at. Like, the Bulldogs are playing really well and their defense is on. Tracy's is, but when they're not, he's, down there with the worst of them. And last week was no different.
To the Bunnies v Finns, and Todzo, you must be pumped, mate. Big Trell Mitt back in there, mate.
That's a feast for my eyes, old son. Cannot wait.
Bulging disc. Gonna bring it up, gentlemen. I suggested I won't mention names, but we had the gentleman in our league of record who's a bit newer, a bit less experienced. I did say to him a few weeks ago that really be brave, start thinking about the trade out and his season hasn't been going very well. I personally would use this as a gift from the gods to try and trade him right now. If you are someone who is not needs to win to get in contention because of the amount of weeks that he is missing, use this as a gift that someone still may pay up to help you win this week as well. If you play the bye period, obviously, listeners, which we assume a lot of people who listen to our podcast are pretty hardcore, so they will play the buys. If that's you and you are not currently looking good for finals, don't sit on Latrell Mitchell. Go get a haul. Go grab 2 outstanding, like an elite CT dub plus something where you've got a hole in your team. Go do it. I think it's time. You've been gifted. Because if you hold on to him now, like, my goodness, it's also a back injury. Like, back injuries for NRL players has not been a very good track record. Risky business. Meso's on it as well. Great call. Latrell is peaking on sell high. Is there a guarantee he keeps running at this outrageous rate rest of season as well? I'd say it's probably more likely he does than he doesn't. But, man, if I got a haul, Simo, I'd be on. I'd sell.
Oh, yeah. It's an interesting argument, isn't it? Like, if you've got Latrell Mitchell and you're not doing well in your league, like the scenario you just laid out, I mean, you must have it. Like, your team must be struggling in other places. And, like, I would love to know the stats of how many Latrell Mitchell owners are not, like, top in their league or in the top 2 or 3.
True.
But,
very
like,
true.
for the guy in our league, like, that's a very specific example because, look, he obviously owns him. It isn't going super great. So, look, you probably do have to consider something. But I think for the majority of leagues out there, like, if you've got Latrell this far, you're probably just going to keep riding it. Is that the right thing to do? I mean, time will tell, won't it? Like, whether his body holds up. I mean, to your point, yeah, you've got a great opportunity, but, like, you're going to have to go and, I mean, it's going to want to be H Farmworth plus for me to really want to do that.
I could see it. I was thinking of one, Simo, that I didn't mind. Like, you would need the second of this to be decent, but Tom Jenkins plus, I thought was a very interesting one because the Tom Jenkins owner might absolutely be flying and probably will be. The Latrell Mitchell, very good point, Simone. Make sure listeners you're hearing correctly. I'm not saying you have to trade Latrell Mitchell, just if you aren't right up there on your ladder. Jenkins plus something I thought would be very interesting because Jenkins is just about to go absolutely bananas again, especially given the matchup this week as well, to get that win if you need the wins. So, again, that other something would have to be like plug a proper hole, but far out, man. Like, Fletcher Sharp plus Tom Jenkins, just plucking out of the top of my head if you needed a 5/8, right? Something in that sort of range would be interesting to me.
Yeah,
But this is big boy stuff. That's why we go there, listeners. We don't just give you the easy advice, and it's easier said than done. Ed Corsey. Oh, sorry, Simo. We lost you for a sec, mate.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
He's here. Ed Corsey pointed out he's supreme fitness at the moment, Simo.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, he's trimmed out to a block of flats.
Wow.
Jeez, he's a rig, isn't he? Bloody hell.
That is a thick boy.
I don't remember him being that massive.
He is a thick boy. Here's an interesting one. So, Lockie, welcome back, good sir. I've been offered Latrell for Jenkins and Lasardi and said no. That's a very cool trade. Like if you had a big hole at 2RF, for example, I get it. It just depends again where you'd be on the ladder. But that's cool. I like the trades like that are being discussed though. That's awesome. So South v Dolphins should be points galore here, Todzer. Ashton Ward comes in. I just have to mention him quickly because I think he's better than Humphreys. In terms of SuperCoach. Is there anything if you were needy?
Not really. Not for me. I didn't love what he was doing when we saw him at the start of the year. Like, I'm just going through his scores here. Like, he got a 60 and an 11 in 40 minutes, but a 60 and 80. More of a wait and see for me. There's still heaps of probably halfbacks out there that's probably I would rather play over Ashton Wood.
We might have found the trade just to jump back because it's obviously a fun one for the listeners. I got offered Latrell for Ponga and Lasati. Woof. That's starting to get very interesting for both sides again, depending on where you're at. Wow, that's a cool
snap
trade.
Call for me. Snap call.
So you're which side, Todzer?
Give me Ponga and Lasati for the week.
It's pretty good. That's a good deal.
Snap call.
If you needed a fullback, Tots, it is team need dependent.
So of course.
Daddy said no. I like it. Big Daddy said no. I respect it. I get it, but I think that's brilliant that people are out there trying to offer trades like that. Simo, just as a tiebreaker, that's bloody close.
Oh, it's a bloody great offer. Team need's going to matter so much whether you would take that or not. Like if Ponga's your only fullback, you're probably not going to trade that away for a CTW without getting something else in return. But assuming you've got your own Ponga, let's say you've got like a placeholder fullback that's
Tuapiki.
Of that Tuapiki, maybe even like a Jai Gray ilk, Connor Tracy-ish. I don't know how confident you'd be with Connor Tracy sitting there rest of season, but if you had that other guy there at fullback you could trust, I could see a way you'd do that. But if the Ponga's your only guy, then that's really, really hard.
Yeah. Mesa said, I would have said yes. Latrell is sell high because of Origin. Ponga is also a sell high. For sure. I think South is slightly worse draw, and the risk to Latrell not backing up is extreme, whereas Ponga may just play on the bench potentially. But no, cool trade. Love to hear it, listeners. That's awesome. Trading injury risk, says Paul. That's exactly what I thought, mate. You're just swapping one risk for another. All right, we'll stay with South real quick. So, any hope Bailey Bentley Harpe has to be brought up here, Simo, because he's just filling that hole. I think he's an easy waiver to get you through a little run here.
Yep. I think he's a 1 week special. You could, if you own Alex Johnston, you could.
Having a few net problems tonight, the fella, but he's saying very good things about Bentley Harpe. So I think easy low end claim team needs specific. Todzer, you can.
Rudgy dodgy. I'm about that. That's good spot.
Easy done. Ewan Aiken, is an in-game injury risk, Todd, but while he's there, mate, playing on an edge for South, if he's going to get 60, 65, he'll PPM very easily. He's a big tackle
100%. We've seen it before with you and Aiken on the edge, eh? Like, he's just been solid, just solid.
Yeah, I think he's probably just that sort of low-end type guy without being, like, super sexy. He's that sort of range, but does play the bye next week, so probably he'll put this way, he's starting in 10-team leagues next week.
Yeah, 100%. Got a pulse and playing, he's starting.
All right. Over to the Finns. Now, a guy we don't like – Todd, you did cover him a bit, and you did make some points that he was a decent option. Didn't think it would all go down the Dolphins' right. Jack Bostock, mate. 2 very good scores. Playing in the centres, which, boy, is he the most gangly. Like, makes Campbell Graham look short, to be fair.
It looks like every time someone's going to the outside of him, but just the stride he makes up is pretty crazy. I'd love to see him come up against like a cooler that does give him a half gap and see what happens. But look, I didn't think he was a center, and he's done well there. So yeah, a likely type. And again, this week I'll be firing him up.
Considering there's a red hot chance here, it'll be Fuller will come in with maybe even Selwyn on a wing. He's got to be a proper claim, doesn't he? Because he's going to hold a spot, and Averillo. It's a little confusing because Cody Nikorima finally had a good game. We'll talk about him in a minute. What actually happens when they're full strength? Does Jack Bostock now, is he going to be in there somewhere? What happens?
No, if he keeps playing like this, I don't think Averillo makes the team.
Will Averillo play 6?
No, he's not a natural 6, dude. I think what Cody does for the Dolphins is pretty good.
Yeah, well, he's not been in great form to start the year. That's the only thing that gave me pause. And the Averillo experiment got cut short. So what I'm trying to get at here is how high a waiver claim Jackie Bostock could be, because if he does hold on to a spot, you also know he's got the coverage during Origin for on the wing spot as well, where he's averaged a shit ton. So I'm feeling like it's pretty high, isn't it?
I think so. If he's going to keep this run of form going, I would be happy to spend up for him.
Bostock versus Ronaldo Mulatalo.
Oh, it's Bostock for me. I think he's got a bigger upside.
I think it is too. Simo may disagree, mate. Mulatalo over Bostock.
Yeah, that's really, really tight. I'd take Bostock though, just for the bye coverage alone. I think that's well worth it. Plus, he's further removed as well. Like, he's come back really fit. Like, we do think Mulatalo might take a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, just some of our wonderful listeners, just remembering, I'll try and get to the questions. You can fire them when we're discussing either the game itself or a player. That would be awesome, guys, because it's just a bit hard to keep us on track otherwise. Saran, good option here. Waiver thoughts on Cody, currently playing Luai, and Averillo, back soon. Simo, hopefully your net will hold up, mate, but waiver thoughts on Cody, just to expand on what Todzer was saying. And just the Averillo thoughts for you, mate. Does he slot back in somewhere?
I'll start with Averillo. Look, I don't think Averillo gets back in until there's an injury. I think that's what they've sort of done there at the Titans. Like, they've let these guys bide their time. When there's been an opportunity, they've put them in. The guy come back from injuries, then had to work his way back. So I think Averillo will probably just revert back to the bench, which is pretty brutal for Averillo owners because he's been so bloody good. But that's sort of what I would guess will happen. Cody Nikorima would then be a waiver claim because of that, because like it means that Cody, unless he doesn't cop a suspension or an injury, will keep that number 6 jersey. So I think with like Cody Nikorima, you just play the matchups with him. Like when the Dolphins are projected to score heaps of points, where they're not playing like a really solid defensive team, you can fire him up because when it hits pretty big, just like it did last week.
I agree. I'll just add one layer of analysis there. He's a streaky SuperCoach guy. So given he's just had the ton, he's not your kind that tends to duck back down. He'll stay up there for a while, a bit of confidence. And then when it stops, it'll just stop like a tap. So I say ride it, and considering the bye coverage as well, he's a pretty decent sort of mid to low who you don't want to rely on every week. Averillo, I'm not as sold that he won't come back in just because of that outrageous form that he was in. So I think like it's a real hard one because both these players, I think the spot he's most likely to take would be 6. So yeah, that's interesting. That's tough. But overall, Jackie Bostock, I'd fire a pretty high claim if he's out there. All right. Origin, Finafuiaki surely gets a nod. You would really hope Queensland pick him somewhere, minimum on the bench. So who plays an edge when that happens? Does Gilbert go back out there or?
Well, hope not. I don't know. Surely it's not Gilbert, bro. Like, I think we saw Plathie play a little bit of edge too with JMK back. I think that might be a better option. Although he'll be an Origin too, wouldn't he?
Plathie will be Origin. I wouldn't think Gilbert would be. Surely not.
Well, who else they got? Kafusi's not an edge. They don't have many edges. That's the issue.
Yeah, okay. Just was trying to prepare for, potentially a number for next week. Kurt Donahue is loitering there if you wanted a free agent claim. I think he'll be a play next week as well, listeners.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Let's move on down. The very disappointing Tigers versus Seagulls. And did you know, Todder? I'm going to go by the commentators, but do you know Heath Mason doesn't play fullback in New South Wales Cup?
Does he play 6?
Centre or 6?
Really?
I don't know. They were just talking about it. I found that amazing that they don't have a fullback behind Bula in waiting. And I thought Taruva would just shove Taruva there.
Yeah, I don't see what Taruva's done wrong to not go back there, but I guess they don't trust Jarrell Skelton. I thought that Taruva at the back and Skelton on the wing would have been way better than watching Heath Mason, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it does hurt him a little bit. Not a lot of creativity there. Big Cal just to jump back. G'day, Cal. Lemuelu and Oren Keeley. Yeah, that's a good shout, mate. I think he's in the mix as well.
Great pickup by Melbourne next year, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he'll look good.
Compared to Sean Bloor.
Yeah, not much doing there. All right. Looking at the rest of it here, Latu Fainu jumps into the 9, which doesn't help us at hooker. Tristan Hope, we had that 1 week of 70 listeners. Good times indeed. Not much really to write home about there for me, other than if Skelton came on the wing and Taruva moved to the fullback, which I think you and I both would fancy, Tots. But Terrell is in, which is good for draftees of him because birth of his kiddo. So good luck to him. Congrats.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, over to the Seagulls. So the switch has happened. I still think it's a mistake, personally. I think that Tolakula offers more at fullback than what Clayton Failolo. I just didn't see anything creatively from Failolo, Todd's. They didn't need to do much last week, so it looked a bit meat and potato to me, which I think hurts this entire team, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot from Failolo that was creative, but I did think he was pretty solid. I do think that Tolucola getting his hands on the ball at center is a lot more dangerous, though. That's just how I feel about it. I think he's been unreal at center and getting plenty of ball. So giving him those one-on-ones as opposed to getting them smashed back into bloody 5 big forwards, I think is the best option for the team going forward.
Do you know what's funny about him? He was one successful pass away from a 90 last week, Cooler. And he's hampered by the fact that he's too bloody quick, so his support players can't keep up with him. He had one last week. The only guy who could sort of keep pace was bloody Burbo. And he had to slow down and turn and try and hit him and he just couldn't do it. It's a hindrance. He needs one of the speed men to Saab to loiter up in the middle somewhere.
Oh, anyway. God, Saab just goes missing, dude. My goodness. Imagine having all that pace and then not being anywhere near the ball ever.
Yeah, I know.
I've got no pace and I'm always near the ball, mate. It's unbelievable.
You are near my balls constantly. Jamal Fogarty back for us truthers is good stuff, but I tell you what, moister than an oyster watching Joey Walsh, Simo. That kid has got some super coach future. Woof.
Oh, doesn't he? Sorry, he's just such a good, so well poised for such a young kid. 40-20 with that no looker against Penrith, that they put Olakuatu through. Yeah, mate, he's going to be a bloody good Supercoach player of the future. Maybe not even that too near distant future. I
was going to say, can you hurry up and play some 5'8" so you can get 5'8" eligibility and save us, honestly. Mate, so Failolo is a natural winger. I think he's a very good winger of the future. I think Simo's on the same train with Failolo. Very strange Lehigh is now 4th string. I think, Meso, he just had such a bad run to the back end of that backfill for Turbo last year. It really did go pretty nasty for him. So I just think that's what's happened. But I got to feel he's better than Failolo back there personally. Saran, this will be a try-fest. Mate, I should have called it. Absolutely agree with you, mate. I think it will be. CTW waivers in this game. Luke Laulili, I'd start Luke Laulili in this game. That's absolutely fine. And Faulolo as a fullback against this sort of leaky Tigers, Todzer, I'd say yes. Yes.
I'd get behind it at CT Dub. Yeah.
Yeah, CT Dub 4. I think that's decent. My man Levide thought he would have held the spot. Good to have you back, Levide. See, I told you, loved it, mate. Love the nickname. Oh dear.
Can't get away.
All right. I think with shout out to Takiaho, boys.
Oh,
horrible! Both a blessing and a curse to finish your career with an awesome try and then go down. Shout out to the Warhorse though; he's been a bloody good player. Sorry, Levide. Joey Walsh keeping the spot, mate. My apologies. Look, could have shunted out Brooks. There's no way Fogarty was getting dropped. Fogarty's been outstanding, and I think. Can I just quickly check, knowing that he's from Bow Desert? Should Fogarty be playing Origin over Sam Walker? I would. For his defensive ability alone and in-game kicking and goal kicking. The three things he does a lot better than Sam Walker. Sam Walker's an outrageous talent, don't get me wrong. But as a ready-made rep player right now, is there a reason we're not looking at Jamal Fogarty, Simo?
Yes, there is a reason, because he's not as good as Sam Walker or anyone else in the conversation.
I think if Sam Walker plays Origin, it will be, I'm going to use the word nasty. I think it'll be nasty watching him get run over for the period of time. It's going to be nasty. I love Sam Walker. I think he's an awesome player, and he could keep building a bit of size. He is going to get steamrolled at that level. Sad. I just think Fogarty's. I just think ready-made. I just think he can defend. That's one of the things you need. Just steer the team around and defend like Adam Reynolds does. I just don't see. I think he'd do a job. Anyway. But yeah, geez, it would be great if we saw. Imagine if Walsh was straight in and Brooks was out. That would have been so good.
Yeah, I think Joey Walsh would have been unlucky with Luke Brooks having a half decent game last week, to be honest.
Best game Brooks has played in like 5 years. He played outstanding.
Yeah. Why would you play like that 1 week? He'll be absolute dog shit in this one.
Yeah, watch him return. Meso, good chat on Walker's readiness. Fogarty's nowhere near it. Clifford will be in before Fogarty.
Oh, that is one of the dirtiest things I've ever heard in my entire life. Clifford.
I agree to few with it. I think Fogarty is significantly more Origin ready than Jake Clifford personally. You cannot play. Oh my God, if DCE gets picked. He's running in cul-de-sacs at the moment.
I hope he gets picked.
Do you think it's funny, Simo, just how successful Roosters have been in spite of DCE? He is absolute hot garbage.
Oh, it's been funny watching Cherry Evans because like he gets put in so many good spots that like obviously he's been in the NRL for so long. Like, he's gonna hit those passes eventually. But in terms of his running game, like there is no running game with Cherry Evans. No.
He dawdles a little bit. Dummies to no one, sort of looks around and then just sort of rolls sideways and then has a slow play the ball. It's hilarious.
But like that dummy is to Tedesco, and if they don't bite on Teddy, just opening up like a massive Harbour Bridge pass, like usually to Marky Mark when he was fit, that was the only way that he was doing anything. So, they can't
I'm
go
glad
back
that
there.
And
they won't.
I heard some of the people that like commentators that just obviously they watch footy and stuff and they'll be like, oh, Roosters are doing good, so obviously DCE must be playing well. Put him back in for Origin. So, no, you're not watching. You're not watching properly. Anyway, fun debate. So just looking through, so my man Ethan is starting. Like, there's too many forwards on this bench for any option there, is there, gentlemen? No Ethan?
No Ethan.
Nah.
All right. And to quickly wrap up, so Saran, so it's just Luke Laulili, Clayton Faulolo would be the two options, the sort of the platoon CT dubs. Yep. Tick. Cool. All right.
Sounds good.
Roosters, Cowboys. Should be points, you would think, if the Cowboys can turn up and do their thing. You'd be starting I guess you're starting everyone from the Roosters from 7 down. Cody Ramsey, base plus power. Kid couldn't stop running, Simo. He was good.
Yeah. He was bloody unreal. And this is, like you said, this is just almost fire up all Roosters sort of scenario here. Like Cowboys, they've been probably a better team than I thought they would be this year. But you take away Tom Dearden from that team, and you take away more than the heart and soul. Like I could see this all falling in a massive puddle for the old Cows, and I hope I'm wrong because I do have a soft spot for the Cowboys. But yeah, this could be a massive scoreline for the Chooks in this.
With lack of defensive starch there, kind of their signature, you take out one of the better defending halves in Tommy Dearden, it as you said, Simo, could just fall into a puddle.
You can't be starting Thomas McKaylee and Matt Lodge and Sam McIntyre. Like it's just Eventually, you just don't have the cattle.
Isn't Helam Lukey a boy amongst men in terms of impact forwards in this team currently? With obviously Tamlolo having a rest week, like he's gonna have to have a game. So, look on those players. Anything there, Todd? McKaylee showed pretty good stuff at the start of the year. He probably is an FRF2 this week.
Yeah. I guess I probably would still be looking somewhere else, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. I haven't really, since he's big start of the year, I haven't really loved what he's been doing the last couple of weeks. So I think I could go somewhere else. But if you're in a pinch and in a deeper league, Thomas McKaylee's a decent enough player.
Just having a look here. Oh, here we go, Will. Latrell owner. Is Latrell for Savala and Purdue a good trade?
Nope.
I think that's not enough. If you got Latrell, that's not enough. No. Oh, they need something more. No. Two. There's a good one. Glad you brought that up, though, mate, because it's not quite there. All right, this is a big one. The Z Dragons, welcome, mate. Need to sit 2 CTWs this week. Chester, Taylor, Hero, McLean, To'o, Lehigh all can play Chester at fullback instead of Kinney.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Chester can be sat this week. I was just about to say, I think he might be a sell high, gentlemen. Like it might be a time to get off the Chester train. I think his base will still be good, but is he going to win you many weeks from here on out with this Cowboys team? I don't think so, personally. You might actually be able to get a bit of a haul there too, because he's been talked about so much in Classic. But Chester sits. Tough to sit Lehigh in that matchup, gentlemen, I would say. Very.
You've got to play McLean and To'o. You've got to play McLean and To'o versus the Dragons, bro.
Yeah, you do, don't you? And Sharks. I don't mind Sharks. Against the Dogs. It's Chester and Lehigh, isn't it?
It's Chester and Lehigh.
You're not benching Iro or Taylor May.
No, you're not.
It's not a knock on Lehigh. It's just look at his competition in this question.
Yeah, no. Here's another one. Would you pick Collins if needing a forward? No.
Oof.
Definitely. I hope there are better options. Like I'd have McKaylee over Collins, for example, if you had to take a punt. All right. Connor Watson, gentlemen. Victor Radley got his suspension. What a surprise. Is it suspension or concussion? Because I know that it was a suspension.
Suspension.
It is.
Yeah.
Because he did that whole April Fool's thing in his suit, and it's like, I wonder if that's going to come back and bite him in the ass.
What a dumbass.
What a
dumbass.
Like, I'll be honest, gentlemen. I think of him very much as I thought of Jared Hargreaves. Not a big fan. If I was a coach, there's no shot. I'd find a way to get rid of him. Just a liability. Absolute liability. It's the fool. Gives away penalties. Some of his tackling still, Simo, is just he looks utterly confused as to why the whistle goes. It just I don't get it.
Yeah. It's hard. Like Maria Hargraves used to drive me absolutely mental. For some reason, I don't have the same feelings towards Radley, but I should. Like I can't describe why. Like it's, maybe it's just the way Maria Hargraves tried to fight everyone as well after he would get sent off. Whereas I don't know, Radley at least is a bit jovial about it. But yeah.
So Connor Watson, mate, is just a 1 weeker for Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 week special. If you need to fire up a hooker, he's probably going to be the best option out there. Good floor in that 13 role. Should play 55, 60 minutes maybe, something like that.
Yep.
Easy one.
He'll be picked up in most leagues out there with a sort of mid to low claim, but just for a 1 week special, then I think he won't let you down.
I did see one supposed expert saying that Victor Radley, it's about time he plays Origin. Anyway. I did. Someone actually published. I can't remember.
New South Wales. What are we doing?
Was it Steve Roach? The prick's bloody said he's going to play for England before he plays for New South Wales.
Well, he can play both now, mate. This is the thing. This is the power. He's unlocked. All right. Eels v Storm. Watching Mitch Moses whinge about having to take the 2 points is one of my absolute highlights of the year, Tots. That is just pure theatre. Like,
you can keep Mitch Moses, mate.
What's wrong with him?
So much, dude.
What is wrong with him? What's this thing that's last like 18 months, 2 years? I know people talk about it a lot. What happened to him? Why is he this whingy bitch?
Because his team's getting pumped, and he is a winner, and his team's getting pumped. He's clearly better than the whole entire team, and they are so
fair. Mate, big win though. Got a dub.
Woo!
Jeez, did they look like they were running in quicksand after 15 minutes, the Eels?
It was
shocking, bro.
It was one of my mates. All he said to me was, "Gee, I hate when you're watching two teams that will be nowhere near the finals come end of year." And he's right. Too slow. Way too slow.
I mean, Todd Payton in his presser was bang on, being like, "I'm just angry," and rightfully so. I mean, the Cowboys, the only way that they lose that game is let the Fox do what the Fox did.
Yeah.
And take an intercept and run 70 meters and then run around Braden Burns on a grubber. Like, that's the only way the Eels scored, was stop the fastest dude in the NRL, and they just couldn't do it. So it was...
Mate, and honestly, who threw that ball for Adokar to get that intercept? Because it was so telegraphed. Adokar was in the line for about 4 years. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I actually think it might have been Tommy Dearden, because
it might have been actually.
No, Tommy was definitely on the chase with that, so it might have been a Dearden stuff up. But
I could see that coming with my eyes, and they're shocking.
Yeah, just like the Eels were so tired, and so slow. Paulo and Williams and Kelmer, they were all just cooked. They're slow to start with.
He had a great game.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
He's probably due for one of your runs.
What's I just want to check again. Todd's a 19 for Parramatta this week, mate. Who is that? I can't do it.
My boy T and Cum. T and Cum, bro.
I need to hear that pronounced by a commentator, please. I really do.
Yeah, I want to hear it pronounced by an actual commentator, and then I want to hear Blocker pronounce it.
Oh, my God.
He's a good bloke, that bloke, Dion Cum.
Oh, jeez.
Well, Tenny's a Lizniak. Yep.
That's the only thing that's going to ruin Magic Round, is we've got to listen to Blocker on one of the fucking calls.
All right. Parramatta, Ronald Volkman, been in great form, the kid, keeping Jonah Pezzett in the New South Wales Cup. Good luck to him. Any interest here? Jordan Samrani obviously brained it. He's shown a little bit. He seems to likes an offload. Chucks it around a bit. Simo, he's one of those weird guys, I think, because Parramatta centers, have you noticed, they're scoring all right this year for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, there is probably no rhyme or reason to it, but they are doing the damn thing. Look, I actually picked him up in the Listener League last week because there was just no one out there. Obviously, fluked a 100-point score from him. He probably should be mentioned as someone you could look to add as a free agent in those deeper leagues. I think he'll be quite an inconsistent player, but you could do a lot worse. Obviously, if the centers keep getting points, then keep riding it while it's working for you.
All right. Looking over to the Storm, so Sean Blaw's in there. Lasardi looked fantastic, 100 for owners. So hopefully you got on bought low, listeners. There is a question here from Cal, which I just warms the cockles of my heart.
Here we go.
Early Cesar Wanga line on 1 Meany 2 Tomoko by this week and wish to drop first. I wouldn't drop Tomoko for your life. There are some very good points to be had on that man. I said to in the DMs early today, I said the Nick Meany experiment, I don't even care if he brains it the rest of the season. Just gone. Not interested.
Yeah, I'd be dropping Meany first too, I think.
Bad to you. I couldn't drop Timoko right now. He'd get picked up in a heartbeat if someone dropped him. Yeah. Plays 12 as well. Meso, love it though. Love the mention of the Cesar Wanga line, Cal. That's a veteran of our listener space.
G'day, Cal.
G'day, Cal. Meso, what a game from some of the boys. Volkman, Samrani, and De Silva. Yeah, De Silva did have a good game. Still looks like a SuperCoach friendly. Yeah, because you'll hog the ball, read Marnie like. It's brilliant. Prone to selfish runs, absolutely. Can hog it. Is he so? I believe he's got the hooker to himself again this week. So I guess there's a 1 week special with Connor Watson really quick. Any decision we made there, Tots?
I mean, you can keep telling De Silva he does nothing for me at all. I'd rather fire up Reed Martin, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, okay.
Man, that guy can't even pass, bro. It's unbelievable how terrible his service is.
He does do that step, sort of the Georgie Gregan step away thing instead of just passing the ball a lot of the time. It slows everything down. Similar to
half on George Gregan that. I'll tell you that for free.
I do like George Gregan, but Travis, who to start this week from Xavier Willison, Bo Fermor, Connolly Lemuelu. Really like the form Bo Fermor has started to show, and he'd be my ticket. He tends to go on a bit of a run. His base plus power has been up, and he's started to find the pill. So I'm is that all three, or Lemuelu gets a nod in front, gentlemen?
I'm Fermor. Simo?
Yeah, I'd go Fermor. I actually don't mind Wilson back in the 10, but...
Me too.
Blade in 10, eh?
I'd go for Fermor, Wilson, Lemuelu, but yeah, Fermor's consensus.
Beautiful. Cal, agreed. Loving you guys validate what I'm thinking. And good eye, Simo.
G'day, Cal. One of the best.
Bloody love
I really miss the old days when Cal used to get his question in, and like the G'day Cal was an authentic G'day Cal where you used to just interrupt like 5 seconds into the question. Whereas now we don't get to ever have it because it's become such its own entity. But yeah, G'day Cal. It's the best.
Man, doesn't annoy me Magic Round next year, boys. We get a G'day Cal shirt and wear it around. Magic Round be hilarious.
G'day Cal. We need a BDE shirt first, Todzer, but yes, I like where you're at, mate.
True.
All right. Moving forward, nothing else there. Not starting Sean Bloor, stuff that guy. On to the Titans. Jensen Onomatopoeia looked all right in his first week, I thought.
Onomatopoeia. Oh, Redford, do you mind if I use that one? That's hilarious.
You can use that, mate, if you like. Yeah, you can use that for your act, mate, if you need to.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, likely type. So with the bye round to be played as well, any interest there, gentlemen?
Absolutely none.
No. Crash, bang, wallop.
Crash, bang, wallop. Philip Sami, he's looking destined for a week 12 start. Love to see it. Zane Harrison, he's got a bit about him too, gentlemen. Good to see some young halves coming through. I don't know, like in a 14-team league that plays a bye sort of thing, that sort of level. Like, I don't think there's anything for the 10-teamers, is there, Tots?
Nah, not at all, mate. I think he's pretty green in terms of first grade. But, yeah, decent enough prospect for the future, that's for sure.
Geez, he threw a ball to Brimson on the weekend.
Yeah.
Brimson just dropped it trying to regrip.
Yeah, he did. Dropped it cold. I like seeing these more
that was a bloody great pill.
The thicker-bodied halves coming through, the young guys, like that are actually more NRL ready. Because poor Cade Reed, now we know he's out for a while with an injury. It's a hiding to nothing. You can't be that size in the NRL these days. Like, I'm going to throw one out there. I want the listeners to buy in here. And I've been a Broncos hater in the past, so probably worst person to say this. But Alan Langer, Simo, could he actually make it in the modern NRL? I say no. Personally, I just do not think his size would allow it, but he was such a brilliant player for his time. It's like, it's not shitting on outfit, legendary player, but it's like little Cade Reed. Like, how would he ever survive against these guys who move so fast laterally and are that powerful? I don't think so.
Sam Walker. They're the same person, mate.
Pretty close, aren't they? I would even argue was Alf. Alf was like stocky, like short but stocky, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I wouldn't really say like super stocky, but yeah, a bit of nugget to him, old Alf.
You get my point though, right? Just these giants that are now playing, even edge back row and stuff. Like look at Olakau'atu. Olakau'atu runs at Alan Langer back in the day. Like, geez, okay.
I mean, just Adam Dewey at halfback as well, just quietly.
He's
like,
huge. Huge.
Adam Dewey's just a massive dude playing 7.
Yeah. Just I thought it was an interesting one to bring up. But we'll go to, I think, Ollie Pascoe. He's got to be the big one raised here, gentlemen. He got 80 minutes. Sam Verrill's been told he's not going to be re-signed. Nowhere even to be seen on the extended. So Luke Summerton's in there. We've seen him only play limited minutes in relief of Verrills early in the year. I think, honestly, Ollie Pascoe, it's a pretty high waiver claim, given he also plays around 12 bye.
Yeah.
So are we on this?
Yeah, I'm all about it, mate. Especially with that bench, as you said. Like, Summerton's, we've seen in the past, but if Pascoe's got the legs to go 80, and especially with that next week, I'd be happy. I mean, at a hooker too, I'd be happy to spend up on him for sure.
Yeah, I think it's time. We need, like, if you could get someone who's going to base you 45, 50 plus a little upside in there, because he looks a likely type. I've actually got him as the number one claim this week, gentlemen, in most leagues, like most consistent number one. It feels weird because it's not like, I don't think it's a slam dunk, and Summerton could easily chop up some minutes here, but he's honestly as good a gamble as any. Yeah. So, Simo, how hard for you?
Yeah, pretty hard. I wouldn't probably say I'm like number one overall hard as you are, but I mean, let's say he gets 65 minutes and Summerton only cuts into a little bit. Like, I mean, on the weekend, I think he was 45 at halftime and he'd done nothing really. Like a couple of runs and just mostly tackles. So, if someone was to spend a high waiver like that, I kind of can get around it. Like he ticks a lot of boxes. And it's a shallow position. So, yeah, I really don't hate the shout.
Meso's, to go back to a point we raised, early season, is there an etiquette to the bench shirt numbers? Does 14 to 17 signify expected to get on, and 18 to 19 is emergencies only? Should be reading into it. I think our early season read was pretty bang on here, gents. I think we said it's most likely that 18, 19 is more just in reserve, injury switch, HIA, whatever. I think the majority, I don't have data, so I'm going to be careful when I say this, but I still feel anecdotally that that's pretty bang on. It's usually the way it's done, the backs and the hookers, but not for every single team. Is that, Simo, you disagree?
Mate, I'd have said the opposite, to be honest.
Really? Okay.
But again, it is anecdotal. Like, I'd love to know the stats, but maybe I'm getting swayed a little bit by a lot of the, young kids that are debuting off the bench. Like I know Melbourne had one on the weekend that debuted with 5 minutes to go with like jersey 19 or 18 or something. So maybe I'm looking into it too much like that, and I'm thinking that those events happen more often than they do. But yeah, that's a really good question. I actually would like to know the definitive data on that, because it kind of is pretty important to try and figure out bench rotations and things like that.
So I think you've added a category there, Simo, late debut or minutes where a game's in hand is probably, again, where I think 18, 19 players. But it's a good one. We'll try and get some data. I'd love to know what it is and bring it up. So put that down on the list, gentlemen. Maybe it's a bit of homework. Good on you, Meso. All right, Chris Randall just quickly tackle bot himself back to pretty big minutes on an edge. Did score a try, Todd's. Probably going to keep Ramaho's dead. I feel sorry for owners. He just had that horror game. Like, he couldn't have played worse, and then got the punt, as a lot of young players do. Is Ramaho, is it just a drop, Todd? You can't carry him through the bye.
I think you can drop him, mate.
It's probably done, hey?
Seems likely.
Yeah, he's just going to clutter up the space. You can't start him. And Chris Randall, that's scoring that try and everything. Titans playing a little bit better. He's probably going to hang on to it for that defensive So,
Agreed.
Cooper bye in 13, though, gentlemen, if it's real, with Tino due to go on Origin duties as well. It's been a spotty old ride. The minutes have not really been there. It's tough to get behind, but you still think as the year goes on, I'd still probably rather take a punt on him, right?
I think so, especially with Origin and Tino being away. Like, I think the 3-round average is still 60. Like, he's only played that 36 minutes last week and probably looking at like a 40-minute roll even this week. But just the upside with the offload and the tackle busting for Cooper bye with the added Tino Fa'asuamaleaui going to Origin, I think it's just too juicy for me.
Yeah, you obviously had that one good score in there. I think the polish is lacking. But I just feel as though once he starts to believe a bit more and just more powerful runs, it's coming. So I think if there's a sneaky little buy low here, which there probably is as well, I don't hate it. Would not hate having him in my rotation.
Yeah.
All right. Over to my beautiful Knights. 5 of the best for Greggy Marju. How good do you run? 200 plus. We won't. A lot of other podcasters are going to talk about it, but for draft purposes, it is hard to think that left side is not going to get peppered going forward. We did make that call a couple of weeks ago. Get excited about Ponga coming back. Look, Bradman Best, while he can stay fit, and Greggy Marju, they're going to feast. 200 though. Do you try and turn that into something?
Oh, 100% you do.
An outrageous score. Like, there'll be leagues out there that just you could go out and get something you're not supposed to, right?
Yeah, they would. They would. If you're in one of those leagues, then you should do that. It's a tough one. Like, I actually owned Marju in 2 leagues at Southie. I don't own him in any anymore. If I still owned him though, like, yeah, I'd be offering him straight up for a lot of guys. Just the question in the chat here from Lockie, he's got Marju, Jenkins, and Herbie this week. He's got to sit one.
You can't sit Greg Marju against the Titans, and you can't sit Jenkins against the Dragons. I know that's insane. Herbie
Farmworth ever.
Yeah, you can. And this is the one time you can. I'll sit Herbie here. I cannot sit. I'll put a little side that those two. It just not because they're better players. Obviously, that is just their matchups are outrageous, absolutely outrageous.
What, Marju against Phil Sami? I feel like that's.
I just think against the Titans in general.
There's not a chance I would sit Herbie Farmworth.
There you go. You'll be in the majority. I'll happily start. I was actually going to ask. Can't believe my thoughts right now. Yeah, look, Lockie, go with the safe one, and then you let these two astute gentlemen. I think in that argument, then you're putting Marju on the pine against the Titans.
Yeah. Trade Marju for something.
Or that. I'd rather do that for sure. Nah, Gong semi-retired when I'm battling bronchitis. I like it. I do like it.
That would have been brilliant.
I do like it. The brain is not quite that switched on. It feels ridiculous. He just scored 200. Yeah, try and trade him, mate. Absolutely try and trade him. 100%. Here's a good one from a man, Paul. What do you do with Gagai? I picked him up and he averaged 100 for a few weeks. Now he was flat out getting 50. Yeah, it's a weird one because, like, it's obviously all the attacks going to go down that lethal left, but I still think there's obviously Dom Young's getting his. Do you think Gagai should get the old last touch assist?
Gags is apparently hella injured.
Yeah, okay.
Hella injured, like getting shots like at halftime and before a game to play.
Yeah, okay.
Which would probably show in his coach scores.
So what would you do?
Put him on my bench. I wouldn't be firing him up. I wouldn't be firing him up at the moment with the form that he's in.
Yeah, you probably have better. I don't know. I'd be tough to sit him against these Titans, but I get it. Yeah, it's Greg versus the rookie, isn't it? So so Sammy on which side? Sammy left, yeah.
No, Cal's right. Sami, I think Sami is on the left. Yeah. Jeez.
I'm sticking with it. I'd sit Herbie this week. Who do you pick up in a 14-team comp? Liam Henry, Joe Chan, Cooper Clark, Lockie Hubner, Jaden Hunt, or Preston Ricky. G14 team comps. Tough.
Is Cisa Wanger available?
This is
Cooper
tough.
Clark by a country mile.
I think it is Cooper Clark. Yeah. Yep.
Agreed.
Get on your Levide. We'll get you there, mate. That's tough. 14 teams. 12 teams is deep enough, but 14 is just tough. All right. McEwen sighting, he was very good. Obviously, the run of Phoenix Crossland has come to an abrupt halt with the Santon Smith on the pine. Ouch.
Cool.
There's another hooker. Yeah, there's another hooker that's cooked. All right. Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's nice. Latrell for Campbell and KL Euro.
Snap call.
Considering JC will get 5/8 as well, you just factor that in because you can probably go, I think that one's probably a yes. If you need the wins. Will? Simo? I think Todger and I are both yes for that one.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to not say yes. Obviously, you're probably going to needing a half of some sort to trade for Campbell. So yeah, I like it.
Oof. Kelsey, captain Greg last week. Jesus. All right.
That's not bad.
That's fantastic. Well done. That's BDE right there. Beautiful. You love to hear that. Jesus Christ. 410 points from your captain. That's so good. All right. Lars v Bronx will be there on the Sunday, of course. Excited for this one, Todd Mount. We're up and about. Tuapiki is still there, with CNK apparently still battling the neck injury, so we don't fully have that one settled, but hopefully for Tui, Picky owners, we're there. Just some commentary coming in around what we just said. JCKL is 100% from Cal. Crazy, absolutely, Kelsey. And Big Daddy lads love the content on you, Big Daddy. Love your work too. So, all right. Tuapiki's there. RTS shoulder injury, Tods, has come at a real shit time for your Wars, and it's come at a really shit time for owners going into the buy schedule. He just started to find a bit of form as well. So he becomes a real tricky one in terms of a Cisa Wanga line for me. There are a lot of good CT dubs. There's a lot.
I think I would, if I had YEAAAHH in my team, I'd be holding.
So if you had, just to put the scenario out there, if you were 50 points short of getting a dub, he'd be someone you couldn't drop to get said dub if you needed the wins. That's what the Cisa Wanga line means. It means like a guy that if you're back against the wall, is he just droppable? Even though you don't want to.
That's this week, right? So I will then look at the guys I could pick up. The next game behind the Warriors is the Dragons, Panthers. All the Panthers guys are owned anyway. So if I'm chasing 50, I'm not probably going to get anything from the Dragons anyway. So I'd have to pick up probably Shibasaki or Philip Coates, and I prefer to hold on to Roger YEAAAHH.
Yeah, okay.
Tom Pereira would be owned. Then you could look to go to Pompey for a win, but I mean, no chance there that he scores a 50 for you. I'll just be holding YEAAAHH.
Yeah, holding this week anyway and assess for next. He's a hard one to judge for value as well, whether you could do a sideways trade with someone potentially who doesn't need the win this week. But
yeah, he's tough to trade, hey, because like his average hasn't been like super crazy, like stupid, but he's like the talent's there, and we've seen that now he's gone back to center, been pretty good. So
he has. Todd's staying with you, mate. Is the CHT Tanner Boyd Metcalf, with this news of Metcalf potentially wanting to whore himself out to the league? I know you're not best pleased, so here's a little chance, mate. Share your thoughts, and I want you to tell me, CHT Tanner, do you think based on that news they're pretty much locked in now?
Well, first and foremost, he's a grown-ass man. Stop kicking your toys at your cock because you've been putting New South Wales Cup. You're coming back from an injury. You came back and you were dog shit. Go and earn your spot. Tanner Boyd spent all year last year playing New South Wales Cup. He then went back and played the grand final and won the grand final. Go and do that. Like, show a bit of heart. Like, I'm just so sick of all these players coming to the Warriors, getting their start, looking good because the Warriors are a decent enough team, and then pissing off back to Australia, getting this bigger contract because they're sulking or compassionate ground. I'm so sick of it. Like, Imagine if the Warriors had done that to all these players over the last 4 or 5 years who have left, they just terminated their contract and gone, you know what, we don't want you anymore. The league would be like going off, but these guys can do whatever they want. Oh, my manager, I'll say to my manager, I'm not happy. Let's go find something. It just really irks me. Go and earn your keep, dude. Like, you didn't play very good when you came back. Tanner Boyd's played good. First and foremost, I also think that we are a better team with Luke Metcalf. I think we can win a comp with Luke Metcalf, but go and get some freaking reps under your belt, dude. You're coming back from a mad injury. Really pisses me off now. I'm really annoyed today, and I've just had people message me all day about it. I'm go off, Queen. Well, that's funny. But, yeah, it just annoys me. In terms of, like, the next few weeks, like, this would be the lock-in combo, to be honest, because Luke Metcalf has just shot himself in the foot. Like, he would have to go back to New South Wales Cup and play unbelievable to get back in this team, and Tanner Boyd would have to shit the bed hard. Again, I do think that Luke Metcalf is the best halfback at the club. I do think that. I think we can win a comp with Luke Metcalf. Piss me off.
I really did like Will. Teddy, go off, Queen. Yes. No, that's well said, mate. I hear the passion. So CHT is someone we potentially can hang on to as a starter. Fire up Todzer. I agree Metcalf should have shown more humility, maturity. Great spray. Yeah, mate. This is 1 week in the host chair and he thinks he's bloody yes, Queen.
I'm passionate about the Wars, man. Passionate about the Wars.
He is. So, yeah, he can feel a little bit safer probably with CHT there because surely that dummy spit doesn't get rewarded. And, yeah, it should be pretty solid going for the Wars again this week, you would hope. Egan back in there. He is way too unreliable to start. Do you think Barney going in to start, I will mention him, Simo, he looked really good in that 1 week before the concussion. If he got dropped, I think he's a low-end waiver claim. He looked like he was back.
Yeah, he should be owned, definitely. Look, the fact that they pushed Jackson forward to the bench, I think that's one of the biggest shocks of the whole Team List Tuesday, to be honest. Like, yeah. He's obviously been punching like 80 minutes for fun every single week, and then all out of nowhere, oh, no, we're just going to start you off the bench for God knows what reason. So, I mean, obviously that there must be something that they like with Barnett, whether it's just this matchup or not. But, you know, he's looked so good when he has sort of put consistent minutes together, which obviously has been hard for him this season. But in what he has put together, he has looked pretty good. So, yeah, I think he has to be a waiver. Obviously plays next week as well, which is really important.
Yeah, on that plays next week, Simo, surely there are enough good forwards now that Barney, with this season, is not an Origin player. Surely.
No,
like that,
no.
That can't – like, can you imagine if you're Terrell May doing what you're doing or Alex Twal and they pick Barney over you? You would literally just call and say, guys, what – like, I got last year, but seriously.
I don't think Alex Twal would complain too much, but Terrell May, yeah.
Mate, I think form-wise, that's a big call. I'd forget about Supercoach, just his real-life impact. He's done a lot more than Barney has this year.
He has. I can't argue with that. Like that is a fact. But, I mean, are we really going to sit here and say that Twal is a better player than Mitch Barnett definitively when
If Alex Twal was a Queenslander, he'd probably be getting run off the bench. Let's not beat around the bush.
It's not the question. Not the question I'm asking. Geez, you've taken that a different direction.
Let's not beat around the bush. We'd be getting all hyped about him as an honest toiler who's come up and he'll have that Origin spirit. You know it. I know it. All right. To get serious all of a sudden here, Bronx have a couple of players back. So with Wilson moving into the 10, they need it. Ben Hunt at 7. That's got to be it. That story's done. We can wrap that one up. I didn't like it. I thought Tom Duffy. I keep calling him like Matt Duffy's brother, but Duffy. I think he was very stiff not to have got that start last week because Ben Hunt whinging about not playing halfback. Can't imagine that noise will be too loud going forward.
No.
Good. But Reynolds back just gives all these players a bit of air, I would think. So Karapani, the most frustrating own almost of the season, Todzer. Can you green light him? Finally, we've been trying to get him there, and I don't know, man.
Well, for me, I will be putting him on the pine, I reckon, this week. I think the Wars can just show up here. Like the Wars travelled Suncorp really well, and we get behind the boys. I know it's a home game for the Broncos, or it's a away game for the Broncos. Also, I hate that the NRL do this. This pisses me off as well. This whole Broncos is doing their away games. Go. But I wouldn't be firing up Karapani or Philip Coates this week. Shibasaki definitely not. Arthur's definitely not. Not guys I'll be firing up this week. I think the Wilds can do a job.
Walsh, Willison, Carrigan. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. And the absolute humdinger you've all been waiting for. That see half of the stadium departed just after halftime. I can already see it.
Halftime.
There'll be like maybe 50 people at this.
Oh, people are they're gonna be like, I'm tired. I want to go home. I'm had enough. This is
Sunday night after 7 straight games of footy on one field.
You know what the worst about this is? I can already see it. Of all the teams to be playing the Dragons last game, Panthers, Simo, you and I have spoken about this historically. They aren't a team that necessarily push to the sword either. They like to stick to their structures and stuff and just sort of roll through it. I can see them just doing a real professional, like 38-4 sort of, just doing it nice, not overplaying, not getting injured. The Dragons stink. I could be way off, and I hope I am because I want not our Panthers to go nuts, but just that real professional, like we don't change our standards for anyone type of stuff. And then taking all their players off with 20 minutes to go or something, 15 minutes to go. It just feels like it could be a real stink fest.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Like, they'll be methodical. It's weird to say a team can grind their way to 42-0, but
yeah, that's
the Panthers are definitely a team. Yeah, that could definitely happen. I mean, they'll still get their SuperCoach points in some way, shape, or form, but it's not one I'm looking forward to watching, though.
Yeah, if you're a big dog owner here for Penrith, like the Jenkins, I mean, any of them to be perfectly honest, you want to see that 40 points in the first 20. That's what you want to see because they'll play 40. The big dogs will play 40. They might not come back out after halftime. And I think you giving the Dragons 4 points is about 12 points too many. They might go -8. It's unbelievable how bad this team is.
No, the reason why I think this will happen is the Panthers won't want to be perfect. So subconsciously they'll let in like a basic winger draw and pass try or something like that. And then all you hear the guys say at the end of the game is, yeah, real shame defensively. A few lapses there today. I can see it. I can absolutely see it. So, yeah, you're just going to green light them all. Like you can.
This is their best pack all year, though. The Dragons, I'll give them that. This is their best pack.
Simo, I'll give you that, mate. I like the look of it with Pacific Tonga. Fair play, that gentleman whinged about not starting. He has got something. He's a talented player, good lateral mover, good powerful guy. Him with Cashman in the front. Yep, I'm with you. Cook's fit. Egan, Stewart, and Cashman. Just stick with it. That's a good team.
What I will say, boys, about all of that forward pack, though, is they lack punch.
Yeah,
they're all real. They're good, grindy guys, and they lack punch, and they don't have it in the backs. That's the only issue. Like, if they had a sick fullback with an awesome halfback, they can get away with that kind of style and grind teams and defend and get all your tackles and stuff. But there's just no punch in the forward pack, dude. And Dylan Egan's going to try his heart out and probably be the best of the lot there. But, man, it's just no punch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Pacific Tonga does offer that. I think that's why he's starting, which is good to see. It's the fact Blake Laurie's still in the NRL in 2026 is a real mystery. And funnily enough, and we called it sadly, and we weren't geniuses for doing so, but Josh Kerr reverting to previous Josh Kerr Dragons, not that absolute behemoth off the bench for the Finns last year. So it's a real shame.
It's funny when it's Gutherson on your inside instead of the hammer. those offloads.
That's really good too.
Yeah, that's good. Well done. Mate, so Jaden still has the best punch. They will miss him. Yeah, nice. Aiden, welcome back, mate. Yo, Chris, I'm back like I promised. Good to see you, mate. Good numbers tonight. Nice 30-odd plus live viewers. Always love to have you fine folks aboard. Just one quick one here. As the Val Holmes owner, you are just trying to find a big score somewhere.
You are in need of a big score from Val Holmes and try and trade the living daylights out of him.
He has stopped his high work rate. Just even in their bad performances, he stopped doing the 15 to 20 run thing. Like he's probably just given up. He's not used to this level of failure. I don't know.
It's getting old in the tooth.
Yeah, I guess post NFL.
Yeah, this is kind of why he was a big bust for a lot of us preseason, though. Like he was,
Yeah, we did have him there.
you know, the arrows pointing down. I don't mean this facetiously or anything. Like just from a pure analytical standpoint of how we analysed Holmes going into this year. Like you knew the Dragons were a bad team. You knew that he was getting older. You saw signs of his defense and his ball handling start to wane a bit late last year. Like it's not like this is not a massive shock to a lot of people. Like it's sad, and you want to see him bounce back and be a SuperCoach asset, but yeah, in the same breath, it's like it's the reason why it was a bit of a landmine on the going into the draft. So just one of those ones.
Quick one for our man Levide, Tonga or Clark, Todzo?
Interesting. I would go Clark.
Yeah,
I like it though.
Yeah, that's a good one. Will's had enough of being a Nick Meaney owner. Yeah, that sucks. Nah. Gutho and Tuapiki. Should I drop Gutho? Worried Tuapiki won't get picked next week. If you're in a deep enough league where Gutho is the only fullback option, I hate to say it, but you probably do need to just hang on. Otherwise, you may not have a starter because it's not guaranteed. Like, it's one of those ones. If you've got other fullback options, like I'd rather just, if you've got like a Will Kennedy floating out there or something, then it's not as pressure filled. But in what I've noticed in leagues, fullback is as shallow as it's been for a long time, possibly ever. It's super shallow outside the top like 10. So you got to be really, really careful you don't get stuck.
I could drop Gutho right now. Easy drop for me.
So you could always just get Gutho back in that scenario.
Right, he's like a free agent back.
Yeah, probably. It's just
you need like a 2RF this week, and you just get rid of Gutho. And if Tuapiki doesn't get named next week and Chance is back for some miracle, then you just pick him up on free agency.
That's true. Couldn't even get Heath Mason, shaking my head. Pookly Woo, welcome, mate. Traded Val for Milky a few weeks back, and you will. Oh, my boy, you are going to enjoy Milky. That is a ripping trade for you, mate. Well done. That's a banger. You won't lose that rest of season. All right, so we're not going to really start any Dragons there, obviously, and that brings us to the end of Magic Round. One thing we should talk about, will Kula get fullback duel now he's back to center? I think he only played 2 games.
2 games, huh?
But he did play they're funny with that. He did play the in-game third for Turbo's injury. They're very funny with that. I've seen
he's not a big enough name.
No, I think he is. I think he is the just big enough name.
No, don't get it. No way.
Well, I think it's real close. I heard Sangster talking about this. They do sometimes give it if there's a partial game involved there. So that's real close.
Sangster talking out of his ass.
I don't know. Simo, what do you reckon? That's close. That'd be really close.
It's close. Depends how strict they want to be on the old. Because last year they came out and said that if it was in lieu of someone getting injured, then they were hesitant to do it. That kind of goes against like counting that half game. So, I kind of gut feel is that they'll do it, but
I think they need to.
Like that's my gut. But then my head, going off what they've said in the past, I would think that they shouldn't based on what they've said. But I don't think that they'll stick to their word, and I think that they'll give it to him. So that makes no sense, but that's what I think.
No, I hear you. Paul, he's confirmed they're counting his injury minutes for an article, so probably we'll get it then. Yeah. I think him and CNKs are the two that I think both are pretty. I think they're fairly straightforward. Like it's not like he didn't play the actual position a couple of rounds as well. It used to be if they got a bloody sniff of it, they'd fire him up. So
last 10 moves to 5'8".
During the debacle with the dual FRF 2RFs from a few years ago, it was like if someone even just played like 15, give him it. Let's go. Anyway. All right, gentlemen, any questions from the land of X, please, Simo?
I don't think we did. Let me check now. But X was a bit quiet. I was a little bit late getting it up. So I think there's one, sorry.
All right.
Choose 2 at the CTW position, Karapani, Phil Sami, or Jordan Samrani. This week only.
Samrani?
Against the Storm, no thank you.
I think Storm's defense is still awful. Absolutely
Semi and who was the first one? Sorry, Semi and
Karapani.
Semi and Karapani for me.
I'll go Karapani and Samarani. Myself.
Yeah. Not great options, though, are they? I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like I should just say what you guys haven't said, just to because it's honestly one of those ones that you could just Sami and Samrani. There you go. Karapani can go get stuffed.
Samrani Sami party. How good.
Samrani. Where's the?
You're welcome, listener. You're welcome for the clarity, listener. That's
I want to be the Karapani.
Oh,
absolute quality there from the kids. Milky captain, I would be VC someone else early in the round, and if it's less than 100, you can slap it on Milky with a bit of confidence, I think.
Nice. Yep. All right, boys. From the Book of Face, a few questions. Lars says, Lars McManus, I love that name. Should I ship off Mitch Moses to try and get Tom Dearden? That's all. He's got Dylan Brown as well at halfback, so he wouldn't need Tom Dearden right now.
Yeah, probably. When you've got Dylan Brown.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be starting Mitch Moses. I've called it preseason. I called it several weeks in. I had him as a mega bust this year and proven pretty correct.
From our boy Dom, he says, this week start Mitch Barnett or Thomas McKaylee.
G'day, Dom. Barnett's your man.
Barnett's all around. Simo?
Yeah, actually, yes, but it's not without a shot. Like, McKaylee is a really good sleeper this week without Taumalolo there.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
If he ends up getting if he picks up Lolo's minutes, we probably didn't go hard enough on that at the time when we got to that game. But yes, Barnett, but I think McKaylee is someone that listeners out there could look to go and add if they need a front rower.
Yep. Good.
And we'll play and with Lolo almost certain to be picked on the Pine, I believe, for Origin, I think is the bus. It will be able to continue it next week as well.
Is he really?
Who's this, sorry?
Jeez, there you go.
What did you say there, Redford? What did you say there?
Oh, just Lolo, I believe. Looks like he's going to get picked on the Pine for Queensland, I think is the bus.
Oh, wow. Really?
Why not?
He's playing good, but far out.
What? I'm surprised. Your reaction's been strong on a few, but that one, I think he's a no-brainer off the bench the way the form he's been in. I think him getting rested this week is no coincidence at all.
What?
I'll tell you what, Redford. Did you? This is nothing to do with Taumalolo, but Cameron Smith's Queensland team that he put on 100% footy yesterday.
Oh dear,
was absolutely disgraceful. Oh,
yep.
Like the bench was all forwards. It was like Lindsay Collins. I mean, nothing against like Lindsay's deserving a spot, but there's all the same guy there. It was Flegler, Collins, like no Walsh, no like Ponga was he starting fullback with no fullback on the bench.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was.
Walsh didn't even make the bench somehow.
No, like. I think the second rowers were Cotter, Capewell, and Trent Liero was lock.
I saw it.
Like, mate, Tim Smith's having a lend here.
I think is he just doing that to just fire up like and make New South Wales like lull into a state of security, or because that's as bad as it gets. Also heard some rumors. KP to 7 was mentioned somewhere in a few publications. So excuse me.
Sorry, that worked so well.
There's another name I forgot to mention there. So the bench was Kurt Mann, Flegler, Collins, Brittany Nickera. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
That is
about
as rough as your internet connection tonight, Simo, to be fair.
That's deserved. As rough as Edric Lee playing the wing for Queensland. Anyway, Peter says, what does Jaden Candler do to get dual 5'8", and when would he get it?
Just misses out this time, unfortunately, in the first run. And is there a third wave? I'm terrible at this, Simo. Is there a third wave of eligibility for 18?
18.
There is, and that'll be him.
Last one here from the Book of Face before we hit the Lister League. We've got Dillbags and Max King for Tino. He is the Tino owner and just lost Dearden.
Yeah.
12 teamers are garbage on waivers.
Great. Wonderful. Love it. Great trade. Good trade for both sides. Like it.
Especially with Tino going to bloody Origin too.
That's there's some been really clever trade ideas from our listeners today, gents. That's an absolute banger of a trade. Love it.
Love it. All right, boys, let's quickly touch on the Listener League. A couple of big scores in Listener League this week. Adolf Fittler puts up 10.57 to beat the Silkwood Slugs, who's having a rough one. Alex Johnson, Jermaine Asako, Teddy, that'll do for the Adolf Fittler. Another big score, 10.51. That would have been sick to see these two go each other. 10.51 versus 10.57. Wet-haired Nico, he gets up. He's the Greg Marju KP owner, so that was good over your south there, Simo. Put up 9.21, mate. Tough to get beaten on 9.21, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough going,
I think
mate.
you would have beat 7 out of the 12 in the league.
Hey, you win some, you lose some, mate.
You do. Munsters Inc. puts up 8.71 versus Don't Go Chasing Kurt Falls. That's a 2v3 there. So that's pretty cool. Redford, you get a classic Redford scummy win. You did scum one.
I have, because my scheduling in this league has been abysmal to that week just gone. That's the first crap score win I've had all year.
We'll call it scheduling, but 780 versus 657.
What a matchup, Lachlan. Love you, Lockie. Good from us.
The bearded Broncos, who are sitting first, they put up 604. Hopefully that fella is listening. A lot of DNPs on the bench, old son. Jaden Sewer is one to name there. And then myself, I put up 934 against Sherry's Pie. He only put up 709. Pretty decent week for myself. But that is a Lister League, mate.
It's good for you, mate. You get better every week. It's like that. The hosting duties has just brought out this side in you. Good.
It's good stuff. I really enjoyed that last week.
All right. Just a couple more questions to finish off and we will wrap it up. So, our man Big Daddy, I've got an FRF depth problem. I only have Big X and AFB only. It's pretty good for this week. Should I trade for Feta to Toby Couchman? Yes, is the answer to that first one. Tarpany? Also yes. Keon, too risky. He may turn it around, but he could be the ultimate buy low, but it's been a weird season. He's finally got fit and now he's not getting minutes. It's bizarre. The weirdest season. My other 2RFs are Duncan, Lasardi, and Plath. Yeah, the thing is your third 2RF for me is not particularly strong. Plath's fine. Gentlemen, it's really how much do we think about Fifi when he comes back? Is he going to give us some upside finally, or is he just going to plot his way to a 60 average? Todd?
I think he plods his way to a 60 average, but I'd love to have some Fifita. It's kind of it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Yeah, I think I would definitely go to Toby Couchman, though.
Yeah, the duel does make that kind of juicy as well, hey? I kind of like that one. Gives you options if Big X. The thing is, X is probably fine back in front row because Corey Jensen with that horrible blood clot may not be back this year. So that one could be season long, and AFB's finally showing something. So good stuff. Pookley Woo picked up Talon De Silva last week for JMK cover. JMK doesn't start. Do I roll? Yeah, this week you can roll with Talon, I believe. Pookley Woo. Yeah. JMK, in the little minutes he came on, there's a man who has service. Crisp. Oof. Knows how to, he just sets the table and it just changes the speed of the ruck. He's one of those level of players for me. I think he's one of the best hookers in the league. I think he's outstanding, JMK.
Good shot.
Do we think Todza, JMK, mate, we're definitely truthers. We are big fanboys of what JMK offers. So just checking, mate. He's
named in the 14.
He's 14. So they looked so much better, but I understand he's going to have to slowly get match fitness. Does this switch to more of a 65 and Plath finally takes Morgan Noels away from that 13?
Oh, yeah. I think it's not even close. That when Plath went to hooker, I was at the game. When Plath went to hooker, the chat he had was actually more than Isaiah Katoa in the middle. He was sending his forwards here, sending his forwards there. He was ball playing. They looked so much better when JMK was on and Plath was playing a 13 role. You'll definitely see way more of that. I do think JMK will take a couple of weeks to get back into full swing, but I do think he'll go back to a pretty high minute guy, and Plath will play a lot in the middle.
I like JMK as someone to target, gents. I know the owner might have just been hoping he got in there. If they get impatient, given his buy coverage as well as elite of the 3 big buy rounds, if you could just sneak one through somehow, all about it. All about it. Talent is there. What a shame he had that injury. Like he would have, Jesus, what a pick he would have been most likely. Cal trade Fifi for Toby. He's on board. And Meso to finish us off. Yes, they did. They would do Toby, Tarpany, but 50-50 on Keon. Yeah, Keon could be the win. Like he could easily revert to what he was supposed to be, but it's most likely you're not going to miss on Toby and Tarpany. The only reason why I probably wouldn't do Tarpany is the round 26 buy, personally, but that's a bit of a tiebreaker. Good stuff tonight, gentlemen. Thank you so much for putting in. Great to be back. It's been a bit of a struggle for me. Sorry, listeners, I sound a bit shit and coughing my way through, but it's been good fun. Oh, a very late one here, and Nat. Ford, Adokar plus Ramsey for Horsburgh, Bizza, and Tuapiki. I'd have the Ford side just alone comfortably over that other side. I wouldn't be trading Ford at all. If I'm getting Ford, I would happily do that.
Yeah, I don't hate the other side as much though. Like, yeah, stuff it. Yeah, give me the other side.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if you need a fullback badly for Tuapiki. For me, that's the main one. Or you're Welsh.
Horsburgh, Bizza, and Tuapiki. That's 3 good players for Ford.
I'd want more. I definitely want more for Ford personally. All right. Some good one. GG boys, Pookly Woo. Thanks for the potty. Great chat as always. Thank you. I don't have Ford, says Nat. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. So Simo's saying no to you being on that other side, whereas I'm saying yes to get Ford. All right, Simo, thank you very much, mate. We'll work on that internet going forward, young man.
No, we say it every week. Will we really? Probably not.
Awesome. Love it. He's committed. He's committed, listeners. Good stuff, mate. Thank you. Cal says, good day and good night. Cheers, guys. I'll rewatch it. Hopefully it comes good. We got you, mate. Good advice given. Happy Magic round, folks. Best of luck in your matchups. Great potty. Yeah, great to be back. Great to have our loyal listeners. Siodza did wonderful back in the colour commentator sexy man chair tonight, old son.
Yeah, it's a role I feel better in, mate. You know, full credit to the boys. Can't wait for Magic round.
Yeah, give 110% Magic round. Yeah. All right, looking forward to it. Magic round, the Sunday. It's going to be magnificent. And as always, listeners, get that BDE India or